Hey guys, it's Spooky Boots here, and today I am at Los Altos Skate Park once again. This is the third time I'll be skating this park. Last time I was here, I was skating my candy corn wheels. If you guys haven't seen that video, I'll put it in the video up here and also link to it down below. If you haven't seen that yet, definitely check it out after this video. It's a fun video. Today I am trying out the Oysi Medium Chassis frames. If you guys don't know what they look like, here's some footage. So before I moved from Colorado to New Mexico, I was able to pick up these frames at a local skate shop in Denver called Death and Glory. This was the second purchase I made from them. I bought some wheels from them at the Mile High Battle. They were selling out of a van. I was gonna pick up these frames at the same time too, but they didn't have the color I wanted in the van. So I think the following day I just made the drive from Boulder to Denver and picked up these frames. I've definitely been sitting on them for a while. Today's the first day I'm gonna use them, and I basically want to let you guys know how they feel and how they look and how they work. So if you're not familiar with the Oysi Medium Chassis, it's basically a scaled down version of their original frame. It's designed to fit 65mm wheels on axles 1 and 4 and 58mm wheels in axles 2 and 3. That wheel combination will give you a flat ride. The medium chassis comes in two sizes, a 257mm wheelbase and a 269mm wheelbase. I'm a size 8, so I'm on the 257. It's designed for that boot size. Now this is my first time skating a Oysi frame. I've always been curious about the Oysi frames. I've seen my friends skate them before. I've kind of always wanted a pair, but after seeing my friends with them at the skate park and everything, I kind of thought to myself that they weren't for me just because of how huge they are. They are massive. Not only are they tall, but they're long, and I don't know, I felt like it wasn't for me. So now that Oysi has made this medium chassis frame, I was like, this is my frame. I need to get it. Let's do this. So the wheels I am on today are the 65mm 50/50 wheels. They are the red 65s that they did not too long ago. And the inside wheels, I'm skating 58 dead wheels. I don't know what the name of those wheels are, but they kind of got the marbly looking design. That will give me a perfectly flat setup. I'm super excited about this setup because this is the first time I've skated a completely flat setup that was both rounded profile. So I tend to like to mix and match my wheel profiles. So this will give me a completely flat, and I also like to rocker them too. So this will give me that completely flat feeling as well as that rounded profile feeling. You can rocker the Oysi frames and it looks like it's really fun, but I didn't want to mess with that today. I just want to see how they skate flat and see if I like them that way. So there are 5 tricks I want to get today in order to get a baseline feeling for how these frames feel or how I'm going to like them. I think performing these 5 tricks will kind of give me a general idea of what to expect. Those 5 tricks being a sole, top sole, royale, unity, and I want to get a fast slide. So I feel like all of those tricks kind of use a different part of the frame. If I can at least get a feeling for each part of the frame, the H-block, you know, the sidewalls, all that stuff, I'll know what to expect after this session. The Oysi frame does have a coping mode, so it's basically just spacers that you put in between the frame and the axle bolt, and it'll make the axle pop out, so a little bit of metal is exposed and is supposed to slide better on coping and rail. That's what I have set up. I'm gonna try that out. Let's try to get these 5 tricks. Okay, so the sole felt really good, actually. I think the coping mode in the frames, you know, just popping out those frame bolts just like a 1/2 millimeter or whatever, that really helps reduce like friction, and the metal on metal just slides so well. I was actually surprised I was sliding that fast and that long. I didn't wax this rail. Usually it's pretty sticky. I hit it on my Aeons all the time, and I think Aeons are just kind of by default a little sticky. This was actually gliding right through this rail. I'm gonna try top sole and unity on this rail and then move on to another element and get the rest of these tricks. Unity felt good, Soul felt good. The Unity was a little slower than the Soul, but that's because, you know, H blocks don't have a coping mode like the the frame walls do. So the plastic on metal was a little slower, but the metal on metal was quick. That's normal. I'm gonna try a top sole here. I suck at top soles. I'm terrible at them, especially on square rails. So low square rails, I don't think I'm gonna get this trick, but I'm gonna try. If I don't get it on the rail, I'm gonna try on coping or someplace else. So top sole now. Far side sole. Okay, so the top sole, definitely not going to be able to do that on this rail. I think I'm going to have to hit some coping. In anticipation of skating these frames, I did lower my cuff. So with the 909s, you can raise or lower the cuff. I lowered them to stiffen up the skate because it's going to be a taller ride. I think maybe after this session I might go back to raised cuff, so that's what I'm working with, and I think I'm just having a little harder time getting the flex I needed because of that. So I'm going to try on coping. We'll see how this goes. So I actually think my H block is hitting the concrete because this coping is so low. I think my H block is scraping this and it's not really sliding like how I'm expecting it to, so it's kind of throwing me off. But you can see like the blue frame coming off in the concrete. There's another chunk. There's some people showing up, so taking the virus thing very seriously. So I think what I'm gonna do is stick to the rail for today. I'll give you guys an idea of how they work on rail. But as far as like coping and bowl and everything, I think I'm just gonna leave that out today. Kind of off in my own little section over here. So I'm gonna stick to the rail. The top sole, yeah, I could not get the top sole on the rail or the coping, especially the coping. I think it's sunk so low into the deck, and these frames are so beefy around the H block that when I'm topping the top sole, the H block is actually digging into the deck behind the coping. It's no fault of the frames, it's just me and my skating ability. I would have to get it a lot lower in order for it to slide on that coping. I'm gonna avoid all that today. There's some guys over there, so I'm gonna stick to this rail. I'm gonna try a couple more times on the top sole, but I got sole, unity. I need to get Royale and fast slide, and oh yeah, I'm still working on the top sole. So I'm gonna try the top sole a couple more times over here and then get the rest of my tricks and basically let you guys know what I think of these frames. All right, the fast slide I don't think I'm gonna get today. I think the top sole is within reach. I'm gonna keep committing to attempting the top sole, but fast slide I'm gonna have to cross off. Oh, that was it. So I actually did top the sole, and I did hear my axle bolts sliding on top of the rail. I was going a bit slower, but I'm feeling more confident about it. I think I'm gonna hit it with more speed. Gonna try a couple more times and then I'll wrap up the video. All right, and I am back in the studio. I had to leave shortly after that last trick just because quite a lot of people started showing up at the skate park and I just wanted to get out of there. My initial thoughts on the frames, I am really enjoying them. In the limited amount of time that I had on the frames, I think I was only at the skate park for about an hour or so. I was having a lot of fun. So nothing stuck out to me as being like super different or, you know, negative about the frame. The only thing I can really compare it to are frames that I've skated recently, and those have been, I mean, the only two frames that I've skated recently are the Aeons and the 50/50 frame. So they feel similar to the Aeons, except a little higher, a little longer wheelbase, I think. Obviously a much more massive H-block. So I think other than, you know, everything just being slightly more scaled up, I expected the same amount of wheel bite protection that I do expect in my Aeon. So jumping on that rail, I wasn't clipping my wheel, and even if I did get close to my wheel, it wasn't biting, and I would just kind of fall back into the groove. The H blocks are great. Topside, I was, you know, I'm just not I'm not the best skater when it comes to topside tricks, so I was struggling a little bit, but that was my own ability. The frames do just fine, and I actually really like this coping mode. This coping mode is awesome. It kind of reminds me of my Kaiser Element 2 frames. They're completely metal frame, and when you just hit metal on metal, especially like really nice coping or really nice rail, it just slides forever and makes a really cool sound. So I got cat hair everywhere. So the coping mode on these frames, I would highly recommend it if you are mostly a park skater. Yeah, I guess that's really all I have to say at the moment. Like I said, I skated the frames for an hour. I did, however, so this is the following day, and I did, however, take these trail skating. So if you guys are interested in me just zipping around on these frames, I'll tag some footage on at the end of me talking here. I was kind of hitting the frame on like really big crossovers, so I did hit the frame a couple of times and lose all my speed because I slid on the plastic. And I think that's just me having to adjust to the thickness of these frames. I think I can probably get the same amount of speed as normal and not get so aggressive on my crossover. So I think I'm just gonna have to adjust to, you know, how much wider these frame walls are, and I think that'll be a relatively quick adjustment. So if you're really into cess slides, I think these frames would be really fun for cess slides. I see people like, I just see people shred these things. Like, for example, Shred Pool, he does like all these crazy ledge cess slide stuff, and I think he's in the Wish frames. He's not in the medium chassis, I think he's on the original, so I think these frames are still amazing for cess slides. I'm actually going to play around with that, and I think in my next session I'm going to try to do some cess slides. Yeah, those are my thoughts and opinions so far. I don't want this to be like an official review, it's just my initial thoughts, basically my experience skating these frames. Yeah, I'm going to wrap up the video, guys. If you want to see me doing a little bit of trail skating, and I'm going to throw in a clip of the way these frames sound, because they do have an interesting sound. It's not bad, I just think it's cool. They have a unique sound to them, and I don't know if it's just me or if it's, you know, if anyone else is experiencing this, but they just sound different. So I'll throw in a clip of that, and then I'll also throw in some trail skating that I did yesterday on the University of New Mexico campus. If you guys made it this far, thank you for watching the video. If you liked the video, go ahead and give it a like. If you want to see more, subscribe. If you want to get notifications every time I upload, ring the bell so that way you guys know when my videos go up. I'm trying to make a video every week for you. I might end up taking a little bit of a break here soon, I'm not sure. I'm in the middle of job hunting, and I kind of want to dedicate my full attention to that. So I will keep skating these frames and let you guys know how they are. But for now, again, thank you for watching the videos, guys, and I will see you guys in the next one. So this is something I wanted to show you guys. I'm in the middle of taking these frames off of my boots right now. I'm about to put on these old Able frames. This will be in my next video. So if you guys want to see what I'm doing with these, definitely subscribe and ring the bell for notifications so you know when that video goes up. Anyways, this is something I also wanted to mention but just forgot. But listen to the sound of these frames. So it kind of sounds hollowy and like very, like, It sounds like two pieces of hard plastic hitting each other, but it sounds very hollow and very unique. I've definitely never heard it in any other frames that I've skated before, so I just wanted to point that out. It's not a negative, it's just something I noticed, and I thought maybe some of you guys would be interested in how these are sounding. So you guys might actually be able to hear it in the video. The grinds just sound so interesting with these, and it's not bothering me, it's just something I wanted to point out.
I slipped out a little bit.